Who put that chair there? Good morning. Can you hear the chirping birds? It's such a beautiful, calm day here. Oh, wait, it's TGIF. All right, I'm not going to say it, but TGIF, people. I am here with my Synergy Raw Kombucha watermelon flavor because somebody said the watermelon flavor was very tasty. And I'll tell you what I think about it. Awesome. Hopefully I won't be belching while I do this video. So I want to talk openly, honestly, and get very vulnerable with you. I'm going to share some personal things because I've had some incidents happen where people have messaged me and they've been reaching out to me saying, Shannon, I'm so glad that you're doing this plant-based thing because I too suffer from inflammation, IBS, skin issues, diarrhea, constipation, things like that. And so I think it's important that I share the why behind what I'm doing here with this group and with the recipes. This is hard for me to say, but this is just very true. I have been sick with IBS for almost 20 years. At least 20 years. I can't remember much farther back than 20 years at this point. I've been to countless doctors about it. I've had colonoscopies, scoped, biopsy, allergy testing, metabolic testing, blood work done, celiac testing, the list goes on and on. Acupuncture. I've had so many different types of treatments for this. I've been to specialists, naturopaths. I've tried Chinese medicine. Nothing worked. Nothing worked long term. And so I reached out to a friend of mine who helps me with my business, and she said she's plant-based, and she said, why not offer the plant-based recipes to your clients? And I thought, well, I don't eat plant-based, so why should I do that? That was when I initially came up with the Macro Success group and the membership. I was always a meat eater. I'm a bodybuilder. I eat like a bodybuilder. I eat a lot of protein, etc., etc. So it came to the point where I was just so sick and dependent on laxatives that I reached out to her and I said, okay, I'll do whatever you tell me to do because I can't keep living like this. For the last, I would say 3 to 4 months until just recently, I have been completely dependent on laxatives. It's horrible. It is a nightmare. Being sick, I think the only thing worse than being dependent on laxatives is having the opposite problem, where you have to plan your day around going to the bathroom because you have diarrhea. That's the only thing that I could think would be worse. But you're so sick all the time. You feel completely toxic, bloated. It's just awful. It is an awful way to live. And so laxative becomes the only remedy when you're desperate. And so while I didn't use laxative regularly, I had to use it every week or 10 days because there was just no other alternative. There was absolutely no other alternative. And it was just getting worse and worse. And I knew this. And so I reached out to a friend of mine and she said, do this, this, and this. And, you should be feeling better. And I thought these things sound absurd to me. And why would that ever work? And I tried so many things and nothing has worked for me. She told me to drink 32 ounces of lemon water first thing in the morning and then drink 4 ounces of celery juice and work my way up to 32 ounces of celery juice. And I thought, I'm going to drown in liquid. Don't drink your morning coffee. Go more plant-based. Eat hydrating foods. And, when you're a bodybuilder and in the fitness business like this, you can take a protocol like that and run with it immediately. I know that this type of protocol would be very difficult for a regular person because it's an enormous change, a huge commitment. And, it's doing stuff that most people don't really want to do. But when you're desperate, you'll do anything, right? My husband started on the probiotics with the kombucha because he had the opposite problem. He had rosacea. He had his own digestive issues, which I'll keep private for him. So I started doing this, and I woke up, I drank my lemon water. I thought, I'm going to be going to the bathroom all morning long. I was desperate for coffee, so as you know, I couldn't give up the coffee. I tried green tea, but then I ended up having coffee later on in the day. I drank my celery juice. I found it pretty tasty, actually. I drank some kombucha because I thought I could really use some living probiotics in my system. So in the mornings, I would drink the enormous amount of lemon water. I would drink 8 ounces of celery juice. I drank a cup of green tea. I drank kombucha, 8 to 16 ounces of kombucha. And I thought, I'm going to be swimming around here. And I didn't. I wasn't. I barely went to the bathroom, which was very alarming, honestly. I thought, I must be so dehydrated to be able to drink this much. And it made me realize that my hydration needs are different than a regular person. Maybe I do need to drink 2 gallons of liquids in order for my body to feel okay. Maybe that's just my normal. And so I continued this on, and within a day, I was feeling better. I chose more plant-based foods, and I got bloated, and I got gassy, and I felt weird. And I read to keep going, because when you're healing your gut, it is a process. It's a process that takes, I think, 1 to 4 weeks, depending on the person. And I was committed. And my friend said to me, keep going and don't quit. I mean, you have to do this for a while. I mean, think about if you're damaged and you're injured, it takes a while to turn back and reverse the problem that you have. So I was committed. I kept going, and I'm telling you, right away, things were better. Right away. And things have worked for me in the past and then stopped working. So full disclosure, I'm going to say, I told her this morning, I hope this keeps working, because if it keeps working, then I'm going full on with this, and I'm committed to continuing this and continuing going. So I'm using the restroom. Things have been fine. I don't have any problems. I feel normal, which is shocking. The bloating has gone down. My cravings are gone. I eat more food than I have in years, and it is an absolute miracle. The way that I feel is nothing short of miraculous. And I message my friend here daily saying, this is a miracle. If this continues on, it's shocking to me, complete game changer. And the same has been true for my husband. My husband's, his rosacea is gone. His stomach issues are gone. All of his problems are gone. And it has been, for him, 2 weeks. For me, it's been almost a week, maybe a week. Yeah, a week. It's phenomenal. I mean, not only to feel normal and to have my body working, but to also not have cravings, to not be hungry. I mean, I have done calorie restriction for ever, because I want to maintain my calorie budget. I have pushed to get enough protein in my diet for decades. And I released myself from all of that because I want to just focus on healing my gut. And so I felt compelled to share this because of the people reaching out to me saying, Shannon, I suffer from this. And there's so many people that have gut health problems, that have digestive problems, skin issues, inflammation, autoimmune diseases. A lot of these things are because of poor gut health. That's just what it is. And so, hormone disruption, that also can come from unhealthy gut. So this will be stuff that I share a little bit more in the coming weeks. We are leaving tomorrow to go on vacation, but this is the main reason why I included these plant-based recipes in the Macro Success group, because I knew people needed it. And I know that people are looking for these avenues like I am. And it's embarrassing to talk about these things. It was embarrassing when I told you my friends spoke to me about their gut health and how they have to plan their trips around where the bathrooms are because people don't want to live this way. But it's not discussed. We suffer in silence. I have suffered in silence for decades, and I'm done with that shit. I am not suffering in silence anymore. I am not staying silent about this. I am totally fine talking about waste, talking about fiber, talking about gut health, talking about bloating and farting. And, these things need to be discussed because no matter what, as we age, things get more sensitive, things get more complicated, and systems start breaking down. So, we're not kids anymore. We can't go out to, fast food and not gain a pound and not get cellulite and not feel like shit and not, get toxic from this shit. And so this is going to be just something that I do more myself. Join on board if you want. Don't join on board if you don't want. I'd love you guys to support you no matter what. You have both avenues. You have the omnivore avenue. You have the plant-based avenue. You have it all. That's why I put it all together. I thought about doing, just a plant-based option and an omnivore-based option. Angela Otero, we had talked about this, offering these different ones. And my friend said, put them both together. Because some people are omnivore, some people are plant-based. Some people's kids don't want to eat vegan. And some people's spouses don't want to. Sometimes the spouse does and the wife doesn't. But you want to have a lot of options. So I am making the program awesome, rich. It has such amazing food. Holy cow, like Indian recipes, Thai recipes. I'm eating the most delicious, nutritious, unreal foods that I've ever eaten. And I don't have to worry too much about let me hurry up and get my protein in. Let me drink a whey protein supplement. Let me make sure that I'm eating my dairy products that are loaded with protein. I'm not worrying about that right now because you know why? I want to see if I lose any muscle. I'm testing that theory. Eat enough protein or you're going to lose all your muscle. Let's see if that's really true. How about that? And so, let's see if these go bye-bye. Let's see. I'm tracking data on that. And so that's going to be pretty cool. So that's what I wanted to share today. I think the best gift of life is to be open, to be teachable, to be coachable, to try new things and see where that leads you and never give up. And never give up. I never gave up on my quest for answers in this regard. And I'm so glad. I'm so glad that I was open. And even though I thought drinking celery juice and lemon water and kombucha that tastes like shit, I'll keep drinking it. I don't care. If it works for me, I don't care. Plug my nose and drink it. There's worse things that I've put in my body. And so that's what I'm doing. And so today the recipes drop, the price changes, but you get it all together. So any questions, let me know, and have a great week ahead. I may share a little bit. I'll put up posts, but I may not be live that much in the next week because we're going to be in the Keys on the boat and paddleboarding and enjoying our spring break. It's the first time that we've been away in a really, really long time. So, all right, I'll see ya.